everybody, and welcome to my channel, Everyday with Jackie. If you're new visiting with us today, I hope you'll stay. And if you're returning, it's good to see you as always. Today's video is all about my Shop My Stash rehash. We're going to be talking about the beauty products that I have been using for the last 2 weeks and letting you know what I think about them, whether they're still good, whether some of them I'm not so happy with, or maybe potentially some of them just may be on the chopping block. So if you're interested in seeing and hearing about the Shop My Stash items that I have used for the past 2 weeks, you'll have to keep watching. Okay, everybody, I'm going to try to make this video so fast. I just dropped Lucky off at the groomers, and so while I have some time to myself, I'm going to try to pump this video out. What we're doing today is going to be a try-on using the items in my Shop My Stash. Thankfully, I've only had 2 palettes in my Shop My Stash, so I'm going to do one eye look with one palette, and I'm going to use the other palette on the other side of my face. I had 2 foundations, so one on one side, the other on the other side, and we're just going to talk about the products that I have been using for 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and jump in. My face has already been moisturized because, like I said, I had to take Lucky to the groomer, so I didn't want to go out with an ashy face. So what I used is my L'Oreal Revitalift, and this has SPF 25. And I also went in with my Balance Me Wonder Eye Cream. And that's all I have on my face. I have a little lip balm on my lips, and that is it. So first we're just going to go ahead and prime the face. Let's see. What are you going to use today? Do I have 2 primers? No, I have, oh yes I do. I have 2 primers. I have the Tarte Silk Canvas Primer that we will be using on one side of the face. And we also have the Fenty Beauty, and this is the Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer. We're going to use that on the other side of the face. So let's go ahead and jump in with that. So the Tarte is going to go on the left side. I'm just going to smooth that in. And on the right side, we're going to jump in with our Hydrating Primer. This primer by Fenty smells so good. Kind of smells like baby powder. Okay, and these 2 products that I have just put on my face, just applied, the Fenty is A1. It's a hydrating primer, and I like it so much. And because it's hydrating, in the wintertime, I don't find that I'm really oily looking whatsoever. It's just a nice balance. Just gives me a little glow to the skin, but nothing oily, nothing greasy at all. And the Tarte is just very smoothing on the skin. Haven't really noticed that it keeps the oils away, but the oils really are not seeping through at this point because, you know, it's a little chilly. So both of these products right now, I have been enjoying. And I'm going to go in with my Revolution Pore Blur. And this is kind of a new find for me. I'm just looking in my basket to make sure I don't have anything else. I use this every day and I still cannot remember off the top of my head, but I don't want to miss anything. So it looks like this is the only thing that I have for my pores. So we'll just go in with this. I like to shake it up a little. And I did pick this up from Ulta. And I just put a little bit in my pore area. So this can go all over the face because I only have one product. And this product that I'm using now, the Revolution, I do like it a lot. I do feel like it does blur the pores and fills them in very nicely. And so I'm glad that I discovered this product because I have been liking this one a lot too. So this was, as I said, this is a new find for me as well. And this is again by Revolution, Makeup Revolution London, and it's a Pore Blur and Prime Primer. Okay, so we have two foundations that we are going to be using today. We have our Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. And I am in the shade 420. And we have our we have our Revlon Colorstay. This is a foundation for combo oily skin. This is in the shade Walnut, and it says it is a matte finish. It does have SPF 15, and it is 24-hour wear, it says. I have not tested that theory, but that's what it says. So I'm going to give this one a little shake. And I think I'm going to go in on this side. With the foundation. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and blend this in. I am going to be using my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And we'll just go in and blend this into the skin. Okay, so this is what the skin is looking like. And again, this is with my Revlon Colorstay foundation. And now we're going to go over to the other side of the face with our Fenty. And then we're going to go in with our Sigma Angle Kabuki brush. This is the F84 brush. And we're just going to go ahead and blend this in. And as far as these two foundations, again, I like them a lot. I was so glad that they were suggested when the viewers picked out my Shop My Stash, because I do really like both of these foundations a lot. Now the Fenty is a little bit more matte, but it's not, it's just like it says, it's a soft matte. It's not drying whatsoever on my skin. And I am combination. You know, I have normal skin other than my T-zone where I tend to get oily. Now in the winter, I think it switches up a little bit because I'm dry. In the winter time, dry to normal, I would say. I get a few dry patches. So skincare is really essential for me in the winter months. Okay, and this is what our Fenty Beauty is looking like on the skin. And we do have two concealers. We have our Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer and Corrector. And I think I'm just about out of this. It's so hard to see where you are in this, but I think I'm just about out. And we also have our Nars, I think it's Creamy Radiant Concealer. And in the Nars, I am in Medium Dark 3 Amande. And in the Wet n Wild, I'm in Dark Cocoa. So, my nose is itching. So on this side of the face, I'll go in with the Wet n Wild. Yeah, I'm almost out of this because I kind of have to scrape the side of the bottle, which wasn't a fan of it anyway, but now that I've been using it, it's growing on me. And this side of the face, we're going to go in with the Nars. I think this is, again, Creamy Radiant, and I'm in the shade Amande. And as I've told you in previous videos, I usually have to let this sit to kind of let dry down a little bit so it could offer me a little bit more coverage, but we're not doing that today. We're just going to go ahead and blend them both out. It blends right on out. I didn't bring another beauty sponge, so I'll just use this end. And the Wet n Wild blends out really effortlessly. And as you can see, so does the Nars. Very effortlessly. Coverage is okay. I mean, the coverage looks good. I think originally when I first got it, I was just so used to having those matte concealers. So I had to kind of get used to the coverage that the kind of luminous concealers offered. But as I said, I like both of these concealers. I was not loving this Wet n Wild, but the more that I have used it, which is again a good reason for doing your stash videos, the more that I used it, the more that I started to like it. Initially, when I first put it on, I was like, I do not like this. But I would say that I probably would pick this up again. And I've had this for over a year and had not used it hardly at all. But I've really been gravitating to it and liking it a lot. I think in this last 2 weeks, I have used the Wet n Wild more than I have used my Nars. But a lot of the times I have gone in and mixed the two together as well. Okay, so we're going to go in and set our under eyes. We just have one setting powder that we're going to use, and that is our the Laura Mercier. And this is in the shade Translucent. And I always start low and then work my way up to setting, because I definitely don't want that cakiness underneath my eye. And that's typically how I do my under eyes. And again, this is the Laura Mercier and the shade Translucent. And then my concoction that I use. This is the Makeup Revolution. And I have mixed together two of the powders. I've mixed together the banana and the terracotta. And usually when it starts looking really orangey yellow like this, I'll go ahead and dump in some more of the banana. But again, we're not doing that today because we're just going to keep it moving. And I use this to just go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I just make sure I tap off a lot of the powder. So I don't want to go in too heavy. And then I just turn it to a side and I start dusting it on the face. And then I'll start blending it in. So, as you may or may not already know, I did get a little email yesterday that Sephora is having a President's Day sale. And they really have some pretty good products. I have already done an order online and in store. Went to Ulta yesterday. I picked up some things at the grocery store. I've been a shopping sister. And when I tell you that I'm done shopping, I am done. Especially in the palette arena. We have two contours, not contours, we have two bronzers that we're using today. One is by KKW and the other one is by Black Radiance. Gonna go in on this side of the face with my KKW. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this powder brush and bronze up this side of my face. And you guys know I really like the KKW for a bronzer. And this is in the shade Contour 9. Again, this is KKW and it's filthy. You know, she loves the nude packaging. But it is a pretty bronzer. Okay. And then on the other side of our face, we are going to use, again, the True Complexion Contour Palette by Black Radiance. And this is the dark to deep. And this is what it looks like. And typically for bronzing, I just use this middle shade right here. Now this palette does have a lot of kick up. For sure. But it's a pretty bronzer. I think this one by Black Radiance is a little bit more warmth on the skin. Than the KKW. But both of them are really pretty. Now for contour, I only have one palette for contouring. And so I'm sticking with the Black Radiance. And what I typically do, because this, at first I was just using this alone, but now I mix the two to do my contour. And so what I typically do, will go into this first, then I'll pat it, and then I'll go back over here and start contouring. And then I'll take it down under here. Do I have two blush? Yes. So for blush, I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place and my Black Radiance. If I can get it out of here. I've been doing a little mixing of this shade and this shade. So I kind of mix them together on the cheek. And then for my black radiance, this is in the shade Toasted Almond. And of course the lid has come off. I don't know, this, I have swatched this in so many videos. It doesn't swatch very well, but I think it shows up pretty good on the cheeks. So this is it right here. And I didn't mention, but also with the powders, I love the powders, the translucent powder and the Makeup Revolution setting powder. Love, love those. And I really like the Makeup Revolution because I can customize it myself. And Laura Mercier just really does a good job at setting my under eyes and kind of giving them this little blurred look underneath. So I do like that. Also my contour palettes, both of them. Black Radiance, I like that I can mix and go in heavy or light with my contour. And it's just a great bronzer because, like I said, it adds a lot of warmth. And I also love the KKW as a bronzer for my skin also. So both of these products I really like a lot. So let's go in and do some blush on this face. So we're going to go in with our Juvia's Place on this side. And then we're going to top it off with, we went in with B, and we're going to top it off with Sola. Just a little bit. Because that Sola don't play. Okay. It's a nice blush, I mean. And I don't have another blush brush, so I'm just going to wipe this one off. And then go in with my Black Radiance. See, it picks up really nicely with the brush. You just can't see it that well when you swatch it. I just realized that I did have another pore filler. And this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So I didn't use it, just looked in my little box and saw it sitting there. But you guys have seen me demo it with my Allure Beauty try-on. So it is supposed to be a pore filler. Goes on kind of beige, but it blends right on in. So my apologies for that. I knew I was going to do it. But again, this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I may try to leave it in my Shop My Stash for the next 2 weeks so you guys can see it in action then. But again, I'll try to link the video where I did the try-on haul using this product so you guys can see it if you have not already, if you're not familiar with it. And for my eyelids, I have the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. I just took the top off. And again, this is a new find for me as well. See, this side is already setting down. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and put some highlighter on. I have one highlighter palette. No, I have two. We have a highlight in this Black Radiance Complexion palette. And we also have highlighters in this Makeup Revolution quad. And again, this is in the shade Ignite. And the palette is deep to dark for Black Radiance. So I am going to go in with this shade right here for my highlighter. This shade right here. I'm just going to sweep it. I put this on the other day in a good mirror and I was like, whoa. And so we're going to just do this area right here. And then I'm going to flip my brush over to pick up the highlight right here in this Black Radiance. And then we'll do the top of our nose, or look, the little button on our nose. So here are the two highlighters. I have my laptop here playing in the background. So we have our Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. And let me see if I can wipe some of this. First of all, my coffee has just been sitting here, getting no love, no attention, and I need some. I'm gonna wipe off some of the swatches so I can show you some swatches from this palette. Okay. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so I've had this Colored Rain palette for a few years now. And got it on sale, was so excited to have it. Don't play with it very often. And the few times that I did use it in this Shop My Stash for the month of February, for the last couple of weeks, I'm telling you, when I was talking about things that may get decluttered, this palette was one of them. I'm really not feeling this palette. I'm going to swatch Queen. Nothing at all to do with the pigmentation of the palette. Let's swatch this orange. I mean, honestly, the palette is very pigmented. What is my problem? I don't know. Look at this. I'm going to swatch one more. Oh, so I swatched Queen Mother. I swatched Empress. I swatched Noble Woman. And I'm going to go in with, let's see, one of these. We'll go in with Royal Highness. And let me find another matte. We'll go in with Duchess. This one right here. Swatched it right here. So as you can see, the swatches are very nice. I don't know what it is. I just felt like I didn't have very many options for a nice crease color or transition shades. So I just wasn't feeling it, honestly. And I really thought about this was going to be the last time that I used this palette, that I was just going to give it away to my niece or somebody. But again, I stopped trying to do the typical eye look that I do, and I just went for something simple and basic, you know, the one shade across the lid and a couple in the transition area. And I think for me, now for some of you, you know, you can pull off some more creative looks with it, but for me, just wasn't working out that way. So I'm going to use the Queen of Hearts on this eye. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with my Studio Pro by BH Cosmetics, the number 5 brush. And we're going to dip into Ladyship. I'm just going to put it right above the crease. I don't want to use that brush. I'm going in again. Let's go with my Morphe M535 brush. Probably because I did not set my primer, so it wasn't giving me a smooth glide. So I needed a more fluffier brush. Okay, and now we'll go back with our BH Cosmetics brush, and we're going to dip into, I think I'm going to dip into Duchess, shade right here. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. All right, so for the lid, I am going to get my, not you, here I'll just use my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro brush number 7. And let's see, sun can shine through a little bit more. So I'm just going to take the throne and put it right here at the edge. On the actual lid itself, I think I want to go in with Queen Mother in this shade right here. And then I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And you don't even have to wet these shades. They're so foiled. I wish I had a good light up mirror so I could see. Lynette needs to let me use her Ricky Skinny mirror. And then right in the corner here, I think I'm going to take Royal Highness. Oh, oh, Royal Highness is very pretty. This is Royal Highness right here. It's very pretty in the inner corner. Pretty when you blend those together. Of course, now you know, I've been using this palette, but I have not gone to work this heavy. I just been doing little simple creations, nothing too intense for work. Okay, and that's basically what we're going to do to this eye. I'm going to go ahead and add Ladyship down below. Ladyship down below, and again, Ladyship is right here. And then I'm just going to pick a little bit more Royal Highness. There. And basically, we are done with this eye. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Milani and Duchess. I think this smells semi-sweet. It's just a brown eyeliner. And that's all we're going to do to this side. So let's go ahead and hop over to this side. We're going to be using our Milani. Let me get some of this stuff out of my way. Okay, and we're back. I never did glue down the shade in this palette. So hopefully it doesn't fall out. This is what this palette looks like. And again, I've grown to love this palette even more. Shades. Let's go in with this one. Try this matte. And let's go in with this one. Swatch it. So here are the wonky swatches of the Milani palette. And again, swatches beautifully. Love this palette. We're going to create another, hopefully simple eye look. And then I think we would have used up our products in my Shop My Stash, almost. So we're gonna go in again with, our Mocha Pro brush. I got it in one of my boxy charms. And I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here for our crease. With another BH Cosmetics brush. This is brush number 6. And then we're going to go right here and just deepen it up just a little bit. Gonna deepen things up just a little bit. Smoky, smoky. Okay, and I think we want to sweep I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Geek brush again. I'm gonna wipe it off on this makeup wipe. So I think we're gonna go in with this shade right here all over our lid. Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm old. I need a magnifying glass or magnifying mirror. I cannot see. I really cannot. I need a good mirror. And again, nothing elaborate. I could leave it right there, but I'm gonna go in with this shade in my inner corner. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my finger and just pop this right in the center. And I think that's about all we're going to do to this eye. I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna wipe my brush off. Gonna go underneath and pick up this shade right here. Put it on our lower lash line. And this is what we're looking like on this eye. I'm gonna go back in with my Milani pencil in the shade brown, not brown, but semi-sweet. Or let's just be a little daring. Did I say that? Let's go in with Picante. And now that we have Picante on, I'm going to go back into the palette and go back into this deeper brown right here. And use just to kind of smoke it out and dull that Picante down just a little bit. I think that looks a little better. I mean, we're just playing in makeup. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do to both sides as far as the eyeshadow look is concerned. Yep. Now what I have learned also from playing with these products in my Shop My Stash is that I have this glow recipe. And I think this is the only thing that I have to set my face, but let me just make sure because I don't want to forget a product again. Yes. I have learned that this spray does not set down my face. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. It's an ultra fine mist. What I've learned about this, that this does not melt the powders into my face. It just adds a little glow. So I always thought that this was like a setting spray, but it's not. So I have been using my MAC Fix It because this just adds a glow to the powder on my face. So I want to kind of melt everything in, and then I'll, after that, after the matte Fix It spray dries down, then I can go on top and just add a glow. But this is something that, because I hadn't used this very much, as you can see, so I did discover that by using this product. So not to say that I don't like it, but this is going to be the final step in your base if you just want to then go in and add a little glow. But this does not melt the powders into your face. So I'm going to run and get my MAC and I'll be right back. Okay, so my MAC Fix It Prep and Prime, this is in the this is the matte formula. It is in my Shop My Stash also. And this is just the perfect, you see how sunny and bright it is? So this is the perfect day to incorporate this. So we're gonna go ahead and spray our face. And this is all that I have left of this. And after this dries down and everything, then I'll go in and just give me a little glow with this recipe, watermelon recipe. So I have used everything in my Shop My Stash, guys, except for the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I'm looking. This eye cream. I don't use it in the day unless I'm having trouble with my eyes. So sometimes I'll go in and use this at night. And then I also have been using the IT Cosmetics Secret Sauce at nighttime as well. So since it's during the day, I won't demo those products. So I have 3 Milani Eye Pencils. And what I should have done, I didn't do. I did also have the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. It was hiding over in the side. So I could have prepped one eye with this and the other eye with the other one. But again, I think you guys have seen me use this. But I may leave it in my Shop My Stash just so you can see it again for the next 2 weeks. The only eyeliner that we didn't use is Duchess. And again, I think you've seen me use this shade before. This is kind of the purple one. And I love these Milani Eye Pencils, so they're not going anywhere. So with that said, I think I have used everything just about. What I'm going to do is hop off camera, do my brows and my lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did my brows. I don't think I'm having a good brow day, but I was kind of rushing because I just didn't want to be bothered with these brows. So now I have the e.l.f. Wild Brow, and I'm going to use it on this side. And this just hides all these little straggling gray hairs that I cannot pluck, because when I tell you plucking makes me cry, it does. It hurts so bad. I'm a little wuss. So cannot pluck. And I'm also going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel on the other eye. Just supposed to help your eyebrows stay up, which isn't a concern to me. I don't care if they stay up or not, really. I'd rather make sure that the little gray hairs are hidden. But this is what the brows look like. This has the e.l.f. Wild Brow, and this has the Anastasia. And that's the only thing I've done off camera, is put my eyebrows on. So now we're going to go in with our Lancome Cils Booster XL for our lashes. Just going to put a light coat on. Okay. And now we're going to go in with our mascara. I don't even know if I'll be able to fix my hair today, y'all. I'm so past time for me to shampoo it. That's what I'm supposed to try to do today. But it probably won't get done until probably Sunday, because we have President's Day off. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to get me an alternate. I'm going to have to get me a wig. On the days that I don't have a good hair day, I need a wig. I love this mascara. I haven't even been trying to fool with those eyelashes anymore. So I really like the mascara a lot. For our lips, we're going to just go in with the Shayla times ColourPop. The, which one is this one called? The BFF4. I have really been liking this lip liner a lot. Told y'all I can't see. I'm trying to hurry because I know. What time is it? 11:43. I know. Lucky's been at the groomer since 9. They'll be calling me soon to come pick him up. We're just going to go in with our Bare Minerals So Fine. I really like this. They have some full-size Bare Mineral lipsticks, like the ones I'm using on sale for President's Day at Sephora. I wanted to pick some up so bad. They were like $10, but I was like, you don't need it. Use what you have. So, and now we're going to go in and use our Watermelon Glow Mist. For the little glow. It's the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Black Fever, 18-hour waterproof, because I wanted to add some color underneath my eye, so we didn't use this today. And again, I used the Revolution London Brow Pencil, and I really don't know what the shade is on here. I think it's Black Brown, if I'm not mistaken. We use this for our brows. And I think that's the only thing I used off camera. Then we did the lips together. So this is the final look. Can I zhuzh up my hair? I don't know. I'll give it a try. Okay, so I did manage to zhuzh up a little bit. And I think I am going to go in with this Essence eye pencil and just do the inner part of my eye on this one. I think it needs just a little something. Okay. So you guys, this is my final look using the products from my Shop My Stash. This video is called Shop My Stash Rehash, where we talk about the products that we have been using for the past 2 weeks and give you a look with the products and let you know what we thought of them and how they performed. So again, I used all the items for you. I have learned a few things about some of the products in my Shop My Stash that I've been using for 2 weeks. And I have learned how to better use some of the products so I don't have to declutter them. Again, the Coltrane Palette was one that I was seriously thinking about decluttering because I found myself not reaching for that palette whatsoever. But I think when I know there's tons and tons of videos on this palette doing a whole lot of creative looks, cut creases and all of that. But I found out for me, just a simple 1, 2, 3 on the lids is just perfect for me. I can't do very many creative things because I think that for me, I like to gravitate towards certain crease colors. And this palette doesn't have a lot of the colors that I like to use in my crease. It doesn't have a lot of the colors that I like to use to deepen up my outer corner. But again, this is what the palette looks like. But as you can see, you can make nice looks with this palette. And I think that for me, using this palette, the more simpler the eye look, which is what I tend to do anyway, but the more simple the eye look is using this palette, the better off I will be. So I'm going to go forward using this palette and not trying to do the most with it, but incorporating these shades and just try to do something nice and easy with the palette, and I think I will get a lot more use out of the palette that way. So I am not going to declutter this palette after all. I want to continue to play with it and just see if I can really hone in on some looks or some more skills with this palette, so I can get, you know, a variation of looks going on. And you already know that I do love this Milani Pure Passions palette, and this is what I have on this eye right here. These shades are just so beautiful. This palette will give you all the glitz that you want. I mean, again, the shadows are very foiled looking. They have some nice crease colors. You can glam it up or tone it down using this palette. And I've had this palette for a while and I've used it numerous times, but I found when I used it for 2 weeks that I really fell in love with it. I mean, you can just get these shimmer and glitter shades. They just perform marvelously. This palette is very pigmented. I have no gripes about it other than the shades falling out. But this palette by Milani is definitely a keeper in my books. I was happy with that. And the rest of the products, of course, I love the mascara. The Essence eyeliner, again, I like that. It's a relatively new product for me. I've even grown to a admiration for my Wet n Wild concealer. And again, I think I may even be tempted to pick it up. I did pick up a new concealer last night that I cannot wait to share with you and use. But the rest of these products, I think you have seen me use before. My contour palettes, everything else, except for the Pore by Makeup Revolution, the Pore Blur. That one was relatively new to my channel. I hadn't used it a ton. The eyeliner, the lid primer by Milani, that one was relatively new. I've been loving the eyebrow pencil by Revolution. Here's the Pore Blur by Makeup Revolution. This I absolutely have been enjoying. And I don't think I had anything else new. I've just have been using these products before. Oh, of course, the Shayla Times ColourPop. This is relatively new to my collection. Love this. I don't know what took me so long to get it. And I think everything else is kind of nothing new. So that does complete the Shop My Stash rehash featuring my Shop My Stash products in use. Again, I enjoy doing this video. I have never done the video where you do one side of your face with one eyeshadow and foundation and the other side of your face with another and the foundation. But it was fun and I could kill 2 birds. I didn't have to film separate videos showing each palette. So I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and that was great. So if you do enjoy these types of videos, please give the video a thumbs up. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. Please ring the bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a video, and go ahead and share the channel. And lastly, please remember that you're always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, that completes the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share with me down below if you have any of these products that are in my Shop My Stash, or if seeing me demo some of these products, you may be tempted to pick some of them up. Please let me know down below. And as always, again, it's so nice to see you all on my channel again. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.